Hey guys, this is Scott Horne, and we're just going to take a moment and talk about the underwriting process that a title company may go through in looking at a transaction to close a deal. Now, by the way, we also underwrite transactions in the law firm as well, but it's all revolving around title evidence that is being presented to us. Let's take the easiest one first. Let's take a legal closing where you're not getting title insurance. In my offices, I like to always obtain at least an abstract of title. I want to know what is out there. I want to know who the proper owner of the property is of record. I want to know what the legal description of that transaction is, and is it matching up with what's on our contract. I want to know what mortgages, if any, are existing on the property that we need to look at for either paying off or taking subject to or wrapping around in some format, whatever the case might be. And then, of course, I want to know if there's anything else existing on the property that may affect it, such as a judgment lien, a child support lien, an IRS or tax lien of some type. And looking at that from the overall process and be able to dictate what the solutions are, such as paying off mortgage A, lien B, whatever it might be, getting releases, is underwriting, and it's just looking at the overall transaction in order to ensure that you know exactly what type of title is being delivered to the buyer. Now, the title world is very similar. Now, the title underwriters, though, they're going to examine the title and issue a commitment to the title company. On that commitment, it's going to tell us who the owners of record are. And of course, one of the things we want to do is match that up with the contract again. It's going to tell us what the proper legal description is, whether it's a lot and block description or a meets and bounds description. So we have the correct legal description for that property. It's going to tell us if there are any easements against the property or items of this nature that may not be removed. Maybe mineral interests have been reserved by the seller of the property, and those are going to remain on the property and exist because they've already been reserved or in place along the way. Now, once you get past that, it's going to tell us what needs to be removed, and the underwriters tell us you need to remove, by paying off and getting a release, mortgage A, mortgage B, whatever that might look like. If there are other liens that show up, they're going to tell us the same thing, that these liens must be removed. Now, oftentimes there are various processes of removing these liens other than simply paying them off. Every state's going to be a little bit different in that regard. And again, this is where underwriting comes in to approve those payoffs. Maybe there's a probate situation which has to be resolved. And whether that resolution is through maybe an heirship affidavit, a full probate scenario, through some short circuit probate scenario such as a muniment of title or small estates affidavit, they will then take that finished product and review it for approval purposes. So often the closing agent, the escrow officer, we don't have the authority to make those decisions. Those decisions come from the underwriters who underwrite the transaction and who are going to be issuing the insurance on the property. So these large insurance companies actually retain and have these underwriters on board to ensure that they know exactly what it is they are insuring. And so the underwriter's job is to look at the overall package, make sure that the property owner is correct, the legal descriptions are correct, that those items that they want removed are removed properly and correctly, that the mechanism for removal is to their approval, and items of that nature. And that's what the underwriter does at a title company. That's what we do in the law offices when we're underwriting a transaction as well. So I hope you all found this helpful along the way. If you liked it, take a minute and like the video. Don't forget to comment below as well. We'll be happy to address those as best we can. And Along the way, take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And we'll see you guys next time.